whenever, like you have a condition, like I have a PCA here and PCB. Now PCA traffic, like PCA should be able to ping server or reach server, but I don't want my PCB to ping server or PCB to send packet to my server. So in that case, how do I do this? Of course, we can use a firewall, but instead of using firewall, how can I do that from my on my router itself? You can do it by the help of access control list. Normally in CCNA we have IPv4 ACLs, access control list, in which we are going to control the traffic flow based on the IP addresses. So here we can configure a filter to filter any traffic on a router with the help of an ACL. You can apply the filter or ACL on either inbound direction or outbound direction of a router, and depends on what direction you apply, the traffic will be filtered. Now ACL can do three major functions. First thing, it can do matching, like matching of an IP packet based on source IP or destination IP. Secondly, either you can permit a particular packet or else you can deny a particular packet. So this chapter mainly focuses on standard ACL. Basically, we have two types of ACL. So ACL, we have standard and then we have extended. Now what is standard ACL? So whenever I match only based on source IP address, that is called standard ACL. When I match based on source IP and destination IP, or maybe some other extra components, that's called extended access control list or extended ACL. So extended means you can also match port numbers. Apart from source IP and destination IP, you can also match port numbers. So now Suresh, imagine that my server's IP is maybe 11.0.0.1 and the traffic from 10.1.1.1 should be allowed to 11.0.0.1, but traffic from 10.1.1.2 should not be allowed to 11.0.0.1. So in that case on R2, I have to apply my ACL on the inbound direction or I have to apply on the outbound direction. Suresh, this question was for you, dude.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I have to apply the ACL in the inbound direction or outbound direction.
Outbound, sir.
Okay. No, it should be inbound. Why? Because when PCB is sending a packet, right?
Oh, that
What
is
direction it goes
PCB
in?
sending to.
It comes like this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when it comes to R2, you have to block it in the inbound direction, not in the
Oh,
outbound direction. Okay,
oh.
fine. Let's talk about types of ACL. So mainly we have two types. One is standard and extended. Standard and extended. And as I said, in standard ACL, we can match only based on source IP. That's the matching criteria. In extended, you can match based on source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port, and other attributes. Now, under standard and extended, you can write it as standard numbered ACL or standard named ACL. Similar to that, you can say extended numbered ACL and extended named ACL. Now, while writing an ACL, while writing the commands of access control list, when you use the number between 1 to 99, so by default, you are saying that it is a standard access control list or standard ACL. When you're going to use a number between 100 to 199, it's going to be an extended ACL or extended access control list. And additional ACL numbers are also there. You can use a number between 1300 to 1999, which is considered to be standard ACL, and 2000 to 2699 is going to be an extended ACL. So these are standard and extended numbered ACLs. Standard and extended numbered ACL. Name means instead of using a number, you're going to use a name. For example, in the last slide, I'm writing an ACL to block the IP from PCA. Maybe I'm writing an standard ACL. In that case, I'll be using a number 10. So by seeing this number, nobody can understand anything about what this ACL is doing, right? Now, what if I use a name like block underscore PC underscore A? ACL naming block underscore PC underscore A. So seeing this, an engineer can guess why did we wrote this particular ACL in the router. So that's the difference between your numbered and named ACL. So let's check out the configuration of this. So standard ACL configuration, nothing but the ACL where you're going to match only based on source IP address is access list. Use any number in this range, any one number you can use. Either permit or deny, that's it. And the IP address, matching parameters. Example, you can say access list 1 permit 10.1.1.1, or you can say access list 1 permit host 10.1.1.1. Okay. So when you're going to write an ACL, you just configure an ACL. So now to activate the ACL, you have to burn this access control list in one of these interfaces. Any one interface you have to burn. So if you're writing an ACL on R2, in that case, I either burn it under S0/0/1 or else I burn it under FA0/0. I can either burn it as an inbound ACL or an outbound ACL on this interface. Similar here also, outbound and inbound ACL. Okay, so that's okay. Now we'll do a lab on this, post which we'll talk about extended access control list. So if you guys have any question, you can ask me now. So in this access control list lab, what we're going to do, I have three routers, R1, R2, and R3. And as you can see, the IP address relevant on those interfaces has been marked in the diagram itself. So first we'll configure IP addressing, and then we will configure a static routing for R1 to reach 23 network and R3 to reach 12 network. So once the reachability is done, then on R2, I'll block the IP address 12.001 to not to be able to ping your 23.003. So after my ACL, before my ACL, you're actually this guy 12.001 can ping 23.003, but after applying ACL on FA0/1, marking the source IP of 12.001, the ping will no more work. Okay, so let's do that. So first IP address assignment we will be doing. So interface number is FA0/0. So show IP interface brief command can be used to verify your interfaces and relevant IP addresses. So if I go to R1 and if I check my show IP routing table, it says I cannot reach 23 network. So why? Because we don't have any protocols or we haven't even configured static routing to reach a different network apart from the connected networks. So if I try to ping 23.003, the ping will not work. Why? Because in the output of show IP route, I don't see that 23 network. So let's configure a static routing. IP route to reach 23 network /24. The next stop is 12.002. So what I'm writing here is this. For R1, if you want to reach this network, 23.000 network, then kindly send your packet to 12.002. Now, similar to this, I'm going to go R3. I'll inform him, hey R3, if you want to reach 12.000 network, then send your packet to this guy, 23.002. Let's go back to R3 and configure the same. Exit. IP route to reach 12 network. Next stop is 23.0.0. If I go back to R1, thank you. If I go back to R1 and check show IP route, I can see my static route. Now, if I try to ping from 23, okay, ping to 23.003, the ping should work after one drop in packet. That first drop will happen because of because of the ARP, address resolution protocol. We'll talk about that later. So now the ping is working. Exclamation means ping is working good. All perfect. Now if I go to R2 and if I configure an access list, I'm going to write a simple ACL marking just the source packet to drop everything. So I'll say access list 100 or 10 deny 12.001. That's it. Nothing else. Now I have written a single line saying access list 10 deny 12.001. Now I have to exclusively allow other packet also. Like exclusively I have to give permit statement, because when you write an ACL, so for example you're writing 10 lines like denying and permitting a lot of IPs. At last, if you don't permit everything else, in that case by default there is a rule called implicit null. Implicit null, which says that by default you reject all the packets. So if I don't permit exclusively other packets, in that case, everything else will be dropped by default. And that's not a good thing. That's why I'm writing permit any. Now, how do I verify my ACL? You can type show access list. You can see here. So this number is sequence number 10, 20, 30. In this sequence format, my ACL will be checked, or access control list will be working in this format. So now you have configured ACL. Now if I go and check whether I can still ping 23.003, the ping will work. Why? Because I haven't applied my ACL in any interfaces. So let's go back to R2 and apply this ACL on R2's FA0/1 interface in the inbound direction. So when the traffic comes from R1 in the inbound direction of FA0/1, I want it to get blocked. So let's do that. Configure terminal, interface FA0/1. I'll say IP access group 10 inbound or in simple. Now I applied it. If I go back to here R1, if you generate a ping, it says you. It's no more shows you exclamation marks. Why? Because it says unreachable. It says I cannot reach that guy. Maybe somebody is blocking it. Now if I try to trace route 23.003, it says I can reach 12.002, but after that something is blocking me. If you go back to R2 and if I check show access list output, here you can see there are 18 matches saying that I have blocked, or in this particular line I have 18 matches. So because I generated 18 pings, maybe you are saying 18 matches here. So this is called a standard access control list. So let's go back to and learn extended ACL. Okay. So in extended ACL, unlike your standard ACL, in which you have to match based on only source IP address. Here in extended, you can go a step ahead. Like you can match it based on source IP and destination IP and source port number, destination port number, and as well as protocol. So it's going to be very simple command. So here I have showed you with the use of numbered ACL only, not a named ACL. So any configuration for extended ACL should have a number ranging between what 100 to 199 or else 2000 to 2699. So that's why here I have used 101. Okay. So this ACL says access list 101 deny any TCP protocol from any source, any destination. Okay. Second ACL says any packet with UDP header or with the protocol of UDP, you deny it. Third one says deny ICMP. You can also deny like this, maybe from this host to this host or this IP to this IP, the packet should be denied. So I'm going to use this type of ACL now. Okay. You can also say deny only UDP protocol from this source network to any network. It includes everyone from 1.1.1.0 all the way to 1.1.1.255. Okay, so let us use this fourth method to do our lab. So these are the well-known port numbers. I would recommend you to learn these port numbers or by heart it. The main port numbers I'll be highlighting in red color. So or else I'll put a check mark here, which you need to remember. Okay, the first one is FTP, data and control, secure shell, telnet, DNS, DHCP, TFTP, HTTP, HTTPS, or SSL. That's it. You have to remember these port numbers by heart. In interviews and all, people normally ask. Okay, again the commands. It's okay. We can skip it. So let's go back to the lab now. So as I said, I'm going to use the fourth method of ACL, denying the IP host, the source IP to that destination IP. The host keyword normally we use whenever you want to specify a single IP, not the network. So as you can see in the fifth example, they haven't used a host keyword, right? Because they are mentioning the entire network segment. From any PCs from that network should be blocked. That's what they mean, which has UDP header. Okay. So whenever I want to specify a single IP, I mention the keyword host. Fine. So let's go back to our lab here. So let's configure the IP address on FA0/1, which is going to be default gateway IP address for all the PCs. Configure terminal FA0/1 IP address 10.0.0.1 255.255.255.0. Shut down. Okay. Now we have configured IP address. Let's say the control or control of PC1, PC2, and PC3 to configure IP address. Okay, PC1, PC2, and PC3. Right. So the command is IP, give the IP address, give the subnet mask, give the default gateway, which is 10.0.0.1. Enter. My PC first will check for duplicate IP address. Once it confirms there is no duplicate IP address, then it will assign that IP address to itself. Let me just copy this because everything is going to be same apart from the IP address, right? It's going to be 20 here. That's it. Now here it's going to be 30. Simple. Let me verify the connectivity from my PC to my default gateway, if I can ping or not. It should say ICMP reply. Yeah, now I got the reply packets. Okay. It says I'm getting reply from 10.0.0.1, which is a good thing. Now PC2, can I ping 10.0.0.1? Yes. PC3, can I ping 10.0.0.1? Now my ultimate ping is going to happen from PC1 or 10 network all the way to 12.0.0.2 IP address, right? I mean R2. Now I have to go to R2 and check whether this guy can reach the PC1 or PC2 or PC3 network or not, which is whether my R2 can reach 10 network 10.0.0.0 or not. The command is show IP route, and the IP route says that no, I cannot, I don't even know who is 10 network, which means you have to again configure a static routing. So here I can do static routing, pointing the next hop of 12.0.0.1. Okay, let's go back to configure terminal. I'll say IP route to reach 10.0.0.0 network. It's 255.255.255.0. The next hop is what? 12.0.0.1, because for R2 to reach 10 network, it has to go via R1's FA0/0 interface, which whose IP address is 12.0.0.1. That's it. Now if I go and check show IP route, and the ping is, and now I can see the static routing. Guys, while writing static routing, make sure the next hop IP is pingable. If the next hop IP is not pingable, ultimately you cannot send a packet. So static routing will not work. So here you can see my next hop IP is not pingable. Let's check what happened. So because of the access control list, of course, let me just remove no access list and show access list. The thing is there. Now if I ping that guy, the ping is working. Now if you guys have a question that, hey, you applied ACL on the inbound direction. Now you applied ACL on this direction, and when you are trying to generate a ping from R2 to R1, actually the ping is going from here to here. Now still the ping is why it's not working, right? Why is it impacting my outbound direction? So it's not like that. So if you carefully look into the packet, when I ping from R1 to R3 or R1 to R2, I informed R2 to block all the IPs sourcing 12.0.0.1. So when R1 generates a packet to maybe this last network, who is that guy? Maybe R2, leave it as R2 itself. So what is my content? My source IP will be what? 12.0.0.1, and destination IP will be what? 12.0.0.2, and my R2 checks the ACL that saying, okay, source IP is 12.0.0.1. Fine, I have to block it in the inbound direction. Now, as you guys know already, the ping is a round trip packet. So ping goes and comes back. That's how we check the connectivity. So when I generate a ping from my R2 towards R1, the packet is actually going from here to here. And for that packet, source IP will be what? 12.0.0.2, and destination IP will be 12.0.0.1. Now when the packet comes back, right, as a reply packet, the source IP again becomes 12.0.0.1, and that gets blocked in R2 because of access control list. That's what happened now. Now I can ping that guy, all good. Now just verify from PC1 whether you can ping 12.0.0.2 or not. Ping 12.0.0.2. So the ping is working now. It means all good. Let me verify from PC2 and PC3 as well. Yes, I can ping. And PC3 12.0.0.2. Now let's write an ACL on R1. It's going to be an extended ACL. So I'm going to use a number 101, access list 101. Put a question mark here. It says deny dynamic permit or remark. I want to deny. Deny what? I want to deny IP. Yes, I want to deny all the IP packet. I'll put IP. Next, I want to deny the source IP is going to be single host. Host is what? 10.0.0.10. Now it says destination address. Here it says source address. Okay. Now it's asking me to type destination address. I'm using host keyword because I want to specify the exact IP. That's it. Put enter. Now again, oh, I won't allow, right? I'm sorry, I forgot. So let me just remove this line. I'll use a permit keyword now. Here, permit keyword. So you permit that IP 10.0010 to ping or reach 12.002. You permit 10.0020 to reach 12.002, but you deny 10.0030 to reach 12.002. That's it. And you can permit everything else. So there is an implicit null is there. That's why I'm just using permit IP any. So I'm permitting rest. Of course, I don't have anything in here in my lab network. In the real-time environment, you'll be having some other IPs also, right? So now you have wrote an ACL on R1. Now I have to burn this ACL on which interface? FA0/1 interface in the inbound direction, right? So let's go back to interface FA0/1. I'll say same command IP access group 101 in the inbound direction. That's it. Let's verify it. Show access list. Here you can see all the access list. Now if I go back to my PC1, now if I generate a ping 12.002, the ping should work. From here also, the ping should work. But from PC3, the ping should not work. It says something, right? It says type 3 and code 13. So whenever you see this particular value, type 3, code 13, it means communication is administratively prohibited. So admin told that this ping or this communication should not happen. That's what the ICMP type 3 code 13 means. Remember this guy. You can remember as like this type code 313 means do not ping that guy. You're blocking the communication. Okay, now how do I, so this is all about your numbered ACL. Now named ACL is simple guys, same command, just you have to use a command starting with IP. Rest of everything is same, like IP access list. So because I'm going to write a named ACL, you have to define whether it is a standard or extended using a keyword standard or extended. Because in numbered ACL, based on the number you use, my router can understand whether you're writing a standard or extended. But when you're going to use a name, it don't know that you're writing a standard or extended. That's why you'll define maybe standard. Put a question mark. Now use a word here. You have an option of privileges for using numbers again, but I want to use name. So I'll say block PC1. That's it. Now inside this, you have to write. Maybe I'll put a sequence number. So I'll say deny. I'll put host 10.0010. So I used standard number, standard as the ICL. So that's why I just use only the source IP, not destination IP. If I'm going to use extended as a keyword, in that case, I can use my source IP as well as destination IP. Okay. That's all about ACL guys. So if you guys have any